Hello and welcome. My name is Amy C. Willis. I am a sobriety and mindset coach, and importantly for this session, I am also, not just for this session in life, a certified EFT or tapping practitioner. And today we are going to do a tapping session for dealing with the experience of imposter syndrome. So whether you've experienced this in a work setting or as an entrepreneur, or in my experience as a sober person in the early days of my sobriety, this could be beneficial for you in helping you address and release some of the issues that come along with imposter syndrome. It can be really serious. It can be paralyzing in a lot of ways for us, and it can really hold us back from moving forward with whatever it is we're trying to move forward with. So this could be a great tool for you. So if you're new to EFT and you're like, what the heck is EFT? Great question. I have a video called What the Heck is EFT? I invite you to, pause this, go watch that. So you can get a little bit of a background on what EFT it is, how it works, the tapping points, etc. I need one quick drink. So essentially what's going to happen is I am going to read off of a script, and then while I'm tapping through the points, and then you're going to repeat after me also while tapping through the points. So if there are any words that I use that don't completely resonate with you, I invite you to swap in words that feel more powerful or accurate for you. Prior to tapping on this topic, I want you to really check in with how you're feeling. So think about the last time you really had strong experiences with imposter syndrome. Think about how you felt. Think about what you were thinking about. And I want you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being highly distressed, 1 being very calm about it. Ideally, as we move through the tapping rounds, that number will move closer to 1 so that you start to notice a greater sense of calm and ease around this topic. So it's really important to check in with yourself before the first round, in between the first and second rounds, and after the second round. Yes, so I'll let you know as we go. So we are going to get into it. The tapping points we're going to be using today are side of the hand, so the fleshy part here, inner eyebrow, outer eye, under nose, under your lip, collarbone, under your arm where the bottom of your brow line would be, top of head, and then back to inner eye, and that is a sequence. Feel free to pause, check in with yourself, rate yourself on the scale, take a few deep breaths, and come back to this when you feel ready. Otherwise, we are going to get into it. Starting at the side of the hand, using pointer and index and middle finger, applying firm but comfortable pressure as you tap. Even though I struggle to feel good enough, I deeply love, forgive, and accept myself. Even though I struggle to feel good enough, I deeply love, forgive, and accept myself. Even though I struggle to feel good enough, I deeply love, forgive, and accept myself. I feel like a phony all of the time. And I'm constantly worried that others will find out. That I am not as good as they think I am. Even though I have evidence of my competence, I struggle to believe it. I constantly feel inadequate, like I'm not good enough, like I'm not doing it right, like I don't deserve a seat at the table. I feel like a fraud all of the time. I am full of self-doubt. And I get into these negative cycles. I berate myself for how I show up. I often seek to overachieve in an effort to boost my confidence. And it rarely works. I still doubt myself and my capacities. I don't feel like I will ever have what it takes, even when I seem to do well. I still can't accept it. I feel like I'm always falling short. I often compare myself to others, and I never stack up or meet any expectations. My internal sense of self doesn't match my external experience. The conflict in that is really hard. It doesn't matter how I perform or show up. It never changes what I think of myself. I'm not qualified. I'm not talented. I feel unworthy. I don't have what it takes. I can't internalize my own successes ever. I constantly feel like a failure. I don't trust my intuition. I don't feel confident things will ever change. I dwell in the past and worry about the future. My anxiety about everything rules the show. I would love to find some relief from these thoughts and feelings. I hate feeling this way. So let's pause. I invite you to close your eyes, take a few deep inhales, a few deep exhales, just really notice how you're feeling. Check in with yourself, notice if you're experiencing any sensations, any emotions, any thoughts that have popped into your head, ideas, images, just notice. Feel free to pause this and just sit in that space of noticing. And before we get back into it, I want you to rate yourself again on that scale, that distress scale between 1 and 10, 10 being highly distressed, 1 being pretty chill about the whole situation, and just notice. Also remember, it's totally regular for your number to go up a little bit after that first round because we're saying all this stuff we've been carrying and feeling for a really long time. So we stirred the emotional pot a little bit, so it makes sense that it might cause us to feel our feelings around imposter syndrome a little bit more acutely. So that's okay. Just notice it, document it. We're not done yet, right? We're just halfway. So let's start again. Second round. Even though I struggle to feel good enough, I deeply love, forgive, and accept myself. It's normal to experience self-doubt from time to time. And instead of engaging in self-doubt and rolling around in it, I will challenge the doubtful thoughts that I have about myself. I will remember that thoughts are just thoughts. They aren't truth or fact. I will ground myself in the reality of what is. I will remember that I am talented and competent. I am brilliant. I am strong. I am resourceful. I am a problem solver. I have the capacity to learn and grow and improve. I can handle whatever comes my way. I am ready to accumulate evidence of my success. I am willing to challenge the negative thoughts I say about myself. I am willing to step into the reality that I live in. In this reality, I am capable and talented and able. Imposter syndrome is nothing but messaging from white supremacy, the patriarchy, and capitalism, telling me that I'm not good enough. I'm ready to release those messages because they are blatantly false. Instead, I am willing to choose to believe in myself and in my capacity. I am going to use objective facts to assess myself and the situation instead of letting my anxious, self-doubting thoughts take over. When my feelings of self-doubt come up, I will acknowledge them without letting them take over. I will share how I'm feeling with a trusted friend. I will get curious about where these ideas and feelings are coming from instead of simply blindly accepting them. I will challenge them. I will also remember that not everyone is good at everything. I don't have to be good at everything. And it's okay that I'm not. I know that I am great at many things. I will remind myself of this truth frequently. I will resist perfectionist tendencies because I know that holding myself to perfectionist standards is a recipe for feeling bad about myself. I am stepping into my new beliefs about myself now. That I am capable and talented and brilliant. I am ready to let go of my experiences with imposter syndrome. Because hanging out in that space is not in service to me. So I am stepping into my new beliefs now. And so it is. So again, let's pause. Feel free to close your eyes. Take a few inhales and a few exhales. And again, just notice. Notice what came up for you. Notice how you're feeling in your body. Just notice. Feel free to pause this if you wish, so you can just be in this space of observation. So as I mentioned, ideally as you go through the tapping rounds, the number on the scale should be declining a little bit. So I'm going to encourage you to keep tapping, and especially going through the second round, which is the positive round, until you get yourself to a 1 or maybe a 2 on the scale. I hope that this was helpful for you. I invite you to save it. I invite you to share it with someone you know who might benefit. Imposter syndrome is something that we've likely all experienced at various points in our lives. And as I mentioned at the beginning, it can be quite challenging. It can be a very significant barrier to us moving forward and actually feeling good in what we're doing. So feel free to share, and feel free to come on back to this if you found it helpful. It's regular to revisit these types of sessions. Tapping does have the capacity to be a one and done tool, and sometimes it needs a little bit more than that, and that's okay. So I invite you to come on back as needed. So thank you for tuning in. Thanks for taking a few minutes out of your day to take care of yourself. That's really, really important. Please stay tuned for more content. As you can see, we're starting to accumulate a wide variety of tapping sessions, so feel free to browse, check them out. Let me know if there's something you want to see a session on that's not already up there. I'm very happy to take requests. So yes, thank you again for being here. I hope this was helpful. Take care, be well, and I will see you soon. Bye.